Ooh, hey, aloha and welcome. The Spirit of Sports, brother Richie here. We're going to change it up a little bit. It's going to be a short show today. I got a parent-teacher conference to go to. It's just past high noon. After a long day yesterday, I had to get a little extra sleep today. My nap overran a little bit. I'm going to do fantasy studs and duds and waiver wire for week 10. Week 9 studs and duds. Waiver wire for week 10 today. Talk a little bit of gambling. And I'm going to save backseat quarterback. I have a special time slot tomorrow. Hopefully, I'm going to be in studio with my boy. Oh, let's get these going. With my boy, Kaplan Bunts. That's the plan. So today, let's go a little bit of fantasy studs and duds. Maybe 15-minute show, hopefully. A little bit of gambling. And we are going to save, and I probably watched tonight's game too, but we're going to save backseat quarterback for Tuesday. And it's probably going to be evening time, nighttime even, Hawaiian time. So, okay, let's get to it. Fantasy football. Home teams. Sticking on that. Let's close that door. There we go. Home teams went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-3, the home teams this week. With, of course, the Chargers and the Jets left to play. This is Monday, November 6th. Another month's just going to fly by. Imagine that. Monday, November 6th, just past high noon Hawaiian time. Brother Richie, the Spirit of Sports. Home teams, 12-3. Home teams versus the spread. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 8 and 5. So the spread came into play twice. Chicago was getting 9, lost by 7. Tampa was getting 2.5, lost by 2. It averaged just about exactly 2 games a week that the spread even comes into play. So if you can just pick the winner, don't even look at the spread. It's my new theory. Pick the winners. And, the spread was 9. The spread was 2.5. That's the second 2.5 this year. That's the fourth 9 spread that's come into play. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 times the number 3 has come into play. 2 times the number 7. 2 times the number 6. 2.5 twice and 14.5. So I'm telling you, spread ain't that big a deal. It's more to F with your head. Hello, big brain. Where's my high five kitty? Emmy, what'd you do? And Milani always messing around. We could have Bear instead. How about that? Hi, Bear. That's Bear. Oh, good buddy. Makeshift studio, middle of the Pacific Ocean where the palm trees sway. Brother Richie coming at you live. Try to do each and every day. Now I'm going to do 3-4 days a week. Try to make it a little more professional. Hopefully a little better content, not watered down. This is the Spirit of Sports. At Not Pods on the YouTube channel. NOTPODS, because this is live internet radio, not a podcast, even though it is a podcast. Shh. We got backseat quarterback, my favorite segment, but I'm going to wait tomorrow. I'm going to have a little fresh blood. I'm going to have a producer, my boy Kaplan. I'm going to do it tomorrow evening. It's going to be late unless he can get out in the daytime. But let's get into week 9 fantasy football studs and duds. Then we'll talk some waiver wire, which is pretty bleak right now. There's way more duds. I'm going to start with the fantasy football duds of week 9. I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. 18 fantasy duds and barely 11 studs. And some of them I just threw in. Fantasy duds in no particular order for week 9. These guys, shake your head. WTF. Ruin your week. George Pickens, 2 catches, -1 yards, no touchdown, and no foot drag. Thought he was back in college. Didn't even try. Easy NFL play. Dragged that foot. When I saw it, I said, oh, God. Guy cost me, bro. Travis Kelce, no Tay. No way. 3 catches, 14 yards, 0 touchdowns. No Tay, no way. Is it getting to be an issue? Like, if she doesn't show up, that's something now? That's the way I'm seeing it. Hey, what happened up here? Get up there. I'm going to redecorate soon. Bijan Robinson, 11 carries, 51 yards. I wouldn't have it as a total dud, except for it's every effing week. And your coach is a dumbass because he doesn't like fantasy football. So let's give it to Jonnu Smith instead of Kyle Pitts and let him go 80 yards. Have you seen Kyle Pitts? I guess it's a little bit of backseat quarterback. I guess we could call this backseat quarterback fantasy football style. I could have backseat quarterback life, backseat quarterback politics, backseat quarterback NFL, backseat quarterback NBA. I kind of like that. The backseat quarterback. The whole Arizona team. Cardinals, 58 total yards. Clayton Tune, I think he had 48. You know what? That is crap. There's no excuse. I don't care if you're down to your third string quarterback. You have to have a scheme. You're an NFL coaching staff. Oh, well, the quarterback's hurt. We're going to have 48 yards and get shut out. No. Just when I had them, too. I really thought you guys were going to be okay. Pierre Strong. Cleveland with the muddled backfield. I thought Ford was out a couple weeks. Dude. 3 carries, 9 yards, 1 catch, -7 yards. Kupp and Nakua, 5 total catches for 80 total yards between them, no touchdowns. Brett Rippon. McVay, why don't you find a way to get them the ball? I just don't think it's that hard. Tyson Bagent coming back to earth. 220 yards, 2 touchdowns, but 3 costly interceptions. Thank goodness. DJ Moore on the other end. 3 catches, 44 yards, 0 touchdowns. Eberflus. That's a bad team. Kenneth Walker, 9 carries for 16 yards in a blowout. 9 carries, bowling ball. Zay Flowers, 1 target. I guess when you win 37-3, I guess it really doesn't matter. But 1 target, 1 catch for 11 yards for the rookie. Zach Moss in a win, I will say add. 7 carries, 26 yards. Devontae Adams looked like he had a better attitude in the locker room after the game. 4 catches, 34 yards, 0 touchdowns. Jamar Chase, 4 catches, 41 yards in a win. Green Bay put up 300 yards for the first time with a 20-3 win, and Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs combined for 4 catches and 73 yards. That's just fantasy garbage. Geno Smith, 13 of 28, 157 yards, 0 touchdowns, and a pick in a 37-3 loss. Can't try to get the running game going at all. Chris Godwin, Tampa Bay lost. 2 catches for 16 yards. And in the same game, other side of the field, a big goose egg. 1 target, no catches, no yards, no touchdowns. No fumbles, no nothing. Mike can't guard Michael Thomas. That's my fantasy duds. Look at the list compared to the studs. Go over to the fantasy studs for week 9. No wonder nobody scored more than 100 points, hardly. Weird week. A lot of blowouts. Joshua Dobbs. 0 snaps. Got traded on Tuesday, showed up on Wednesday, didn't even know half the guys' names. 3 days to prepare. 3 total touchdowns, 2 passing and 1 rushing touchdown, and take them on a drive for the win. Throws a game-winning touchdown. 4th and 7, gets out of trouble, has a 15-yard scramble. That's a fantasy stud right there. Sam Howell just cruising along in a loss. No, in a win. Actually, they beat the Patriots. That's right. That's how bad the Patriots are. Trade away half your D-line, you still can't beat them. 325 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 pick. And who the F is Keaton Mitchell? I mean, Justice Hill's one thing. And Gus the Bus gets 2 touchdowns, but I can't even have him in my fantasy studs because he had 51 yards on 5 carries. Keaton Mitchell gets 9 carries, but 138 yards and a 40-yard scamper for a touchdown. Also had a 60-yard run. Never heard of him. Talk about fantasy studs. Rashad White, Kate Otten, 2 touchdowns each. Not a whole lot of yards, but you'll take that. I think my stud of the week, CJ Stroud, 30 of 42, 5 touchdowns, 450 plus yards. Let's double check the yards. CJ Stroud is my fantasy stud of the week. For right there, Houston. 470 yards, 30 of 42, 5 touchdowns, no picks, breaks a rookie record for yards, ties a rookie record for touchdowns. Comeback drive they got the ball with 46 seconds left at the 25. Goes all the way down the field, throws a touchdown pass when you needed the touchdown. Because a field goal ain't going to do it when you're down 4. What a stud. And the pass catchers from his end, 3 fantasy studs. Noah Brown, Dalton Schultz, Tank Dell, 100 yards each. 4 TDs combined. What a day. Another fantasy stud from week 9 in a loss, Dak Prescott, 374 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. I hate to say, and I'm sick of talking about everybody talking about them, and I kind of hate them, but they look pretty damn good. I'm nervous if I'm the NFC. Every year, this could be the Super Bowl year. I like the chances. I don't need to do nothing to trade deadline. Maybe he's right this year. Mark my words, though, that running game is going to bite him in the butt come later in the season in the playoffs. CeeDee Lamb had 16 targets, 11 catches, 191 yards. Did not find the end zone, but that is fantasy studville. Joe Burrow's rolling 348 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. T. Higgins on the other end with 8 catches, 110 yards. And Amari Cooper very quietly with Deshaun Watson back. 5 catches, 139 yards, and a touchdown that bounced off a helmet. So there we have it, the fantasy football studs and duds of week 9. I got a waiver wire that is pretty damn slim pickings. You might want to spend some money on a couple guys. Joshua Dobbs could be out there. Some people might have him still from the Arizona days because he did start. If you can pick him up. And F Atlanta, but Jonnu Smith, I think he leads the team. Maybe in receiving yards and targets. Jonnu Smith, F Atlanta, though. Arthur Smith hates fantasy football. He can eat one. Luke Musgrave, Tight end, Green Bay, pick upable. Jahan Dotson, a lot of people might have dropped him. If he can catch the ball, he's got a quarterback. I think Ferguson and Kmet probably not available, but if they are, snag them up. I think Noah Brown could be his coming out party. They just love to throw the ball around the park. So I think you could start Stroud. I wish you could start one of the running backs. Now he's hurt too, but you can start for sure Schultz, Tank Dell, Nico Collins, and I believe Noah Brown. There's 5, 6 guys that you can start. And let's talk Keaton Mitchell. Is he going to be? He's going to be the fantasy waiver wire darling, I believe. 138 yards rushing on 9 carries. That's over 14 yards a carry and that long touchdown. Ran a 4.32, I believe, in some crazy stuff like that. So I'm going to put some money on that guy. That is my fantasy studs and duds for the week. Home field advantage is starting to take its toll. 2 games a week are only 2 games a week only average that the spread even comes into play. So just pick winners, people. You'll be fine. You know what let's do today? I think I got time. 16 minutes in. No, you know what? Let's save it. I'm going to get these. I'm going to do it for real tomorrow night. Panic Room. Because I will have sound effects. So that's going to do it. Week 9, almost in the books. I need the Jets to score. Jets win and the total be under probably 30. If the total's in the 20s and the Jets win, I win my pool, 270. Let's do it, people. Go Jets. We'll talk my picks tomorrow. Talk backseat quarterback. We're going to try to do an hour show. Going to have a producer for the first time in studio. Maybe even on camera. I don't know. But I love you guys. Love yourself. Love everybody. Do the best you can. Let's be better. Better people. Let's be better fathers. Lovers. As Aaron Rodgers would say. Okay. Love you guys. Until tomorrow. Oh, hui ho.